The people that you're dealing with, are they normally upper management or you're dealing directly with the people that are actually going to be using the agents?
I've had a little bit of both. Sometimes an organization will come to us and ask, hey, how can I leverage the AI that's inside of Dynamics 365 to get
Hmm.
some value out of, and get increasing value through Dynamics 365?
Yeah.
And those are usually more the doers and not the strategy folk. Other times I'll get into a room and it's all the C-suite and they're asking questions like more conceptual questions around how can I responsibly use AI? What
Yeah.
is ethical for me to do? What is the risk and how am I managing and mitigating those risks? And
Hmm.
so you have to have both of those conversations. It really depends on where the organization is, but there's a place for both,
Yeah,
right?
oh, for
And
sure.
there's different expectations you want to set at both levels as well. But they're somewhat similar, but it's usually this is not the easy button from Staples. This is something that does take time and it's a project and it's worth undergoing this digital transformation. It's
Yeah.
great that we have a new tool, but choose the right use case and don't think so for an example, let's say a customer organization gets 1,000 emails every week. Well, you could categorize those and have a Pareto chart. X number for order status, X number product information, X number for quotes, X number for tracking confirmation. So you look at the largest bar and just automate that one. And
Hmm.
so don't think of AI as like, okay, we're going to apply AI and then 100% of those emails are suddenly going to be routed and answered automatically. Define success as let's start with 10%. Okay? And then when you hit 12%, people get excited. It's like, okay, well now let's define success as 30%. And that increasing incremental adjustment to an agent, whether you're using Copilot Studio or Foundry or Azure AI, I think that's the best way to success, right? Is small incremental and understandable, explicable, auditable
Yeah.
AI. If you don't have that approach, then you could make the best product in the world, but if you can't explain how it works, no one's going to want to employ it, right?
Does that then automatically mean that if you set the smaller goals, you start with the smaller budgets as well, and therefore just starting small to get a ball rolling? Is that the thought behind it as well?
Yeah, there's a little bit of there's a period of time when you have to decide what's the best use case, and
Hmm.
you look at, do we already have the data? What quality is the data in? How
Yeah.
fast can I build out that use case, or what complexity or challenges is that technology going to have in automating? And it's not always so clear cut.
Of course.
Ideally, you arrive somewhere and all the data was already nicely packaged in a data lake, and it was already had clear ownership of who owns the
Wouldn't that be
contact
nice?
information for every single customer account. Now, we know that organizations are complex, they're global, they're messy, and you don't always have time to go and sit there and maintain your supplier master when you're just trying to get products to where they need to be as fast as they can. So you have to kind of meet it in both ways, and sometimes that means we look to AI to identify the issues. Like, show me the anomalies in this data,
Mm.
right? Or in the case of CRM, right? Sometimes we can say, go search for this person on LinkedIn and make a suggestion as to what their job title is. And we'll have a human confirm that. So they're not having to go and do that work. They're not having to copy paste or type it in. They can just hit yes, 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 and maybe double check a few.